is Dollie, and this is my partner Haley. We are students at the high school here in Warsaw, and today we'd like to talk to you about bullying. First, we're going to start off by asking you some questions. Who here is willing to admit that they have been bullied? Okay. Who is willing to admit that they have been the bully? Okay. How many of you at some point have been the bully and it turned around and you became the victim, or you were the victim and then you became the bully? All right. Well, today Haley and I's goal is to try and decrease the amount of bullying within our school system and our community.
First, we'd like to talk about the different types of bullying. We're going to start off with cyberbullying. Cyberbullying can take place over social media networks, texting, email, and so on. 22% of the students grades 6 through 12 have reported being virtually bullied in the past year. More than 1 in 3 young people have experienced cyber threats online, while the other half of the young people do not tell an adult when cyberbullying occurs. Over 25% of the adolescents and teens have been bullied repeatedly through their cell phone or internet site. Cyberbullying is the most common form of bullying. Next is physical bullying. Physical bullying is the least used form of bullying. Usually, physical bullying is the same victim is targeted over and over again, and the bully intends to hurt, embarrass, or intimidate the victim. The bully is usually stronger than the victim and has more popularity in society or socially. Hitting, pushing, tripping, slapping, spitting, stealing, or destroying victims' possessions are all forms of physical bullying.
Last but not least is verbal bullying. Verbal bullying is mainly a province amongst females. Verbal bullying can affect one's self-image and also affect them in physical and psychological ways. And verbal bullying can also lead to low self-esteem and depression and bigger, more dangerous things.
Now we'd like to talk about bullying and its relationship with depression. Depression is an illness that is not totally understood and may have a variety of causes, but it is clear it can have a relation to bullying. Depression can have a number of effects on someone's life. Low self-esteem, anxiety, and high absence in school and physical illness are examples. Bullying is the #1 cause of teen depression and is a direct cause of teen suicide. And there are bullying and depression hotlines that will help people who are having suicidal thoughts caused by bullying.
Okay, now we'd like to talk about a bit more serious matter. It's called bullycide. Bullycide is suicide that is caused by being bullied. Bullycide can happen when you're being constantly emotionally and physically abused, experience constant physical pain over and over again. If you're being bullied by an adult, teacher, coach, somewhere along those lines, that can also lead to bullycide. And if someone who's being bullied doesn't have any friends to talk to about what's going on, that can also lead to bullycide. Earlier this week, there was a 6th grader down in Florida who was bullied so bad to the point where she climbed to the top of a tower and jumped and killed herself. So bullycide does happen. There's no way that will definitely stop bullycide from happening. The most we can do is try to stop it from happening within our community and school systems.
There are many different ways to deal with bullying. If you are to talk to school guidance counselors or teachers and have them, whoever you trust the most, have them help you deal with it. Ask a trusted adult at home how to avoid bullies. Be assertive but not aggressive. Do not walk up to them and be rude about it or show a bunch of anger towards them just because you're upset about it. And stay with a group of friends because bullies tend to target you when you are by yourself.
There are ways to deal with bullying and there are ways to prevent it. But we're going to talk about preventing it within your school. You can start a club after school where people who are bullied and or victims can come in. People who are also bullies and want to stop and want help, come in, give them advice, help them through it. Just make them feel better, know it's going to be okay. get youth and adults involved. Just get teachers, parents to help out with the club, so that way it'd be more stable and you're just not doing it by yourself and don't feel a ton of pressure. You can do school assemblies, inform people what happens, what's going on, inform them about bullycide, and just to inform adults about statistics about bullying, what it does, what the effects of it are, stuff like that.
Now that you know a little more about bullying, you'll be able to put a stop to it. And now, if there's any questions or if anyone would like to share a story about them being bullied or them being the bully, they can share now if they would, because we'd be glad to hear.
So, we won't tell anybody. This will stay anonymous.
It stays in this class, doesn't leave.
I mean, we are recording, but that's just going to stay with us.
Yeah.
So we can make our project bigger. Nothing?
Okay. Any questions at all?
All right.
All right, thank
We're
you.
done.
We're gonna pass out these
Papers, if you are being bullied or you're having suicidal thoughts or you're just depressed, these hotlines have numbers, emails that you can text, call, stuff like that. So,
Would you like to share your own personal experiences?
yeah.
When I was a student here with you, I was really nice and stuff in elementary, but once I got here, I started hanging out with the wrong people, and I might not look intimidating at all, but I can be very mean. I could be very mean. Did you want to get one?
No.
And I was just so unbelievably rude to everybody. I made one of my teachers cry here. I was just out of control. But towards the end of my 8th grade year, I realized how bad it was hurting people and I wanted to stop. So I talked to Mr. Gunter, and he helped me, gave me advice, talked me through it, and I said sorry to a lot of people I was mean to. But then after I stopped bullying, about a month later, I became the victim, and it was just horrible. I can't believe I put anyone through that.
I experienced another time when I was really mean to this one girl. I don't even remember why I was really mean to her, because really we had a lot in common, so we should have been more like friends. But I was so cruel to her, and after a while, I realized what I was doing was wrong, and I stopped. But then it backfired on me, and I became the victim. So instead of me bullying her, people were bullying me for bullying her. So I kind of should have realized ahead of time. Yeah.
Is it ever right to fight the bully?
Not really.
To be honest, doesn't make anything better.
I don't.
But
That's a
once you're
trick
caught up
question.
in the moment, you don't really think about that. You don't think about the consequences. So.
You really don't.
What grade are you guys in? I'm in 10th. She's a junior in 11th grade.
Yep.
We'll say you're
Okay. Well, if that's all you guys have to ask, then you're done.
Thank you, guys. Hey, can you put my cards up there? We still have to leave it up there.
No, she has to use the board.
Oh. Grab your note cards then. Turn them over here. Turn them over
Okay, just hurry. No, I know.
Oh, did your hairstyle?
Yeah, that's her.
Mine's too, like, it's in braid too, so